Diebold here, and we're putting back together the MyX Fitness Bike. We had it prepared to ship, and the next part is the seat. So just like the handlebars, not only can I adjust the height of the handlebars up and down, but I can adjust the handlebars in and out. Same thing with the seat, and this feature is actually still available on the Peloton as well. But again, one of the things I like with the MyX Fitness Bike is it's got these drilled in holes. So when I say I'm on level 10, it's going to connect right to that hole and be exactly the same spot that I always use it. And I find that to be of benefit. Here you can also change the distance to and from the seat. There's a little arrow mark on the side here that has kind of a button next to it that tells you what it is. I know that this was set up the way that I had it on a number 2, so I'm obviously going to leave that. Now, one of the things, and this question comes up a lot so far online, is like, is there a more comfortable seat option available on the MyX Fitness Bike, or really Peloton for that matter? So when you get the bike, it comes with, kind of like one of these fancy racing seats, and I just tell you what, like, ours on this seat is not comfortable. So the first thing I do when I get one of these bikes is I upgrade to this giddy up seat, which is kind of like a super cushiony gel seat. It's got like springs on it, a wider width, I guess you can say. It's actually got lights on the back too, so it's really good for on-road use as well. But these are about $30 on Amazon. It has the exact same connections as the original seat for both the Peloton or the MyX Fitness Bike. And I use this seat still with padded shorts. And so it's kind of a double combination to make sure you're comfortable ride. Because if you're gonna do a 60-minute bike ride out of the box, like, you wanna be comfortable while you're doing it. Yes, over time, the seats become more and more comfortable as you just use the bike more and more, but I really don't want to go through that break-in period, if you will. So this part's super easy. It's set up where we had it left off. Again, this back pin will click into whichever position you have it. I kind of drew a line over here, so it looks like I'm at about a 10 setting. I'll go back to that same setting. And once you're in the hole where it's set at, you can screw this in as tight as you want, and that seat won't move. Again, same thing with the front. I can screw this down as tight as I want, and you're not going to get any handlebar movement when you tighten this up. Now this knob can loosen up over time, which is good, because if you're in a gym setting where you have multiple riders, or at home, maybe you and your husband, you and your wife are doing it, maybe some of the kids, you're going to want to make this easy so that it's almost a one-hand change. As I undo that, I hold it here, take that knob out, and now I can pull it up or down for the other settings. So really all you need to know when you come to ride your bike is like, well, I'm 11 height, 2 seat position with a 10 height, 2 handlebar position. And so those 4 numbers, you've got your setup for this bike. And there's a vast array of heights and widths that this bike will work for. I think more so than the Peloton, because of the fact the handlebars come out, the seat comes out, but the seat will go down lower and up higher than the Peloton. So I think you have more options here. But putting the seat on, you can see, really easy. All we have left to do is put on the pedals and the power cord. Maybe upgrade your operating system. It's been a while since you've used your bike, and you should be ready to go. Now, I do want to point out, since we have the pedals off right now, this is the first version of the MyX Fitness Bike. I have the resistance here all the way, so that brake is on as tight as it'll go, just so that these pedals didn't move around a lot while in shipping. So loosen that up all the way. Now you can move the crank. This doesn't have a Cadence Sensor built into the first version of this bike. It's one of only 2 or 3 upgraded features that come with the second version of the bike. But you can see this is a Wahoo Cadence Sensor. They also make a speed sensor, and really what you want is cadence. Because when you're doing the workouts, they talk about revolutions per minute. And adding this sensor for about $30 will make your version 1 bike compatible with all the version 2 trainers talking about speed. So now you're going to be able to measure your heart rate, based upon your heart rate monitor that comes with the bike. Another thing I like about these bikes is you just put your heart rate monitor into this band, and this band is a lot easier to wear than the old chest straps that we're used to. And I really like the way that MyX Fitness has incorporated this. Now you can take these bands because they're from Polar and go back to the Peloton, but it's just, it doesn't come with a bike. Here, this is a feature that comes when you purchase this bike, either standard or the advanced package. So that's everything we have here. Talk about the Cadence Sensor, putting your bike seat back on, some of the adjustability. We'll cut off the video here and then we'll go ahead and put back on the pedals. We're basically ready to ride.